Hey folks, Gary here. We have all done things in the past that are like, oh, right? I wish I never would have done that. I wish I never would have said that, and that kind of stuff. And it's in the past, and no one knows about it, but we live with that regret that that was done, right? Or we're like, man, I hope no one ever knows about it, that kind of thing. I'm constantly amazed at politicians. I'm picking on politicians because they're the ones that are always in the news, but it's basically everybody. But when something from the past is exposed and boom, and I think, how did you think no one was ever going to say anything about that? It's so obvious that someone would at some point in time. Why were you trying to keep it a secret? So, with that in mind, we're looking at Luke 12, verses 1 to 3. And this is what Jesus is saying about stuff that's done in private. He says this: In the meantime, when so many thousands of people had gathered together that they were trampling one another, he said to his disciples, first, beware of the leaven the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. In other words, not being what you should be, right? Nothing is covered up that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. So in other words, you can't hide it, you can't cover it up. People are going to know about it sooner or later, right? Therefore, whatever you have said in the dark shall be heard in the light, and whatever you have whispered in private rooms, that shall be proclaimed on the housetops. In other words, deal with it now. Well, first of all, what Jesus is saying is don't do it in the first place, right? So don't be doing things in private that you think you're going to be able to get away with, because you're not. Sooner or later, someone's going to know about it. So don't do it. If it's going to be embarrassing, don't do it. But the second one is this: if you got stuff in the past that's just and you don't know what to tell someone else about it. Get rid of it, right? Ask God to forgive you about it. But here's the thing: deal with it when it's small, right? Don't let it become something big that's going to blow up later on in your life. Deal with it now and take care of it now while it's smaller. Again, I am completely amazed by people who are, like I said, politicians or people that are in the spotlight, and they do things that are going to bring them down, and they think they can keep it quiet. That's astounding to me, because it's never kept quiet. Sooner or later, everybody knows. So get out in front. Deal with it before it becomes a big deal. And the best way to deal with it is to give it to Christ. Give it to Jesus. Ask him to forgive you for it. Ask for him to make it right. And then do whatever you have to do to make it right. So get ahead of it.